we have come to the final question of today's edition of and Joy, a hairdresser, is on the hot seat today. Now, Joy,
Sir?
You offer police bribe, him no take. If it happen, I be enough it happen.
Offer police bribe. If it happen.
Is that your final answer?
That's not my final answer.
Joy.
Sir?
You are correct. But Joy, why you say if it happen?
Because with good laws, proper funding, training and cooperation, if it happen.
Yes, so if it happen.
You're walking back from that short timeout and now into the stories in detail. We'll start from the local scene. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, has called for a meeting of minds towards proffering amicable solution to faces between herdsmen and their host communities in southern part of the country before the situation degenerate. Fielding questions from journalists after he met with President Muhammadu Buhari to discuss the state of the nation. But Abiamila said everybody has to come to the table and discuss and come to amicable resolution. The Speaker hailed the appointment of new service chiefs by President Muhammadu Buhari, described it as a welcome development which will find favor from the National Assembly. On the All Progressives Congress APC membership revalidation, the Speaker urged members to register to partake in the 2023 political arrangement in the country.
Well, everybody must just come to the table and discuss and have a come to an amicable resolution, which I'm sure we will. I don't think any ethnic group should lord it over any ethnic group. The Southwest should not lord it over the North. The Northwest should not lord it over the South. We should respect each other's trade, geographical space, history, culture. And more importantly, the issue of crime, murder, all those things should be completely jettisoned. But the important thing is that we all need to sit down on the table and discuss this matter and look for a way forward.
The words of Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila speaking there. A renowned Islamic scholar, Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Mahmood Gumi, has visited some bandits in the forests of Shinkafi and Gumi local government areas of Zamfara state. And news may gather that Gumi's visit to the camps was to spread the message of Islam and peace to the Fulani herdsmen and rid the country of kidnapping and banditry. Gumi and his entourage were said to have first gone to the forests of Tibali and Makai in Shinkafi local government area, which were under the control of armed Fulani herdsmen. At the first settlement in Tibali Forest, Gumi was said to have met with about 150 armed Fulanis who expressed their grievances and why it would be difficult for them to surrender their arms. Like in Tibali, the bandits in Makai were said to have expressed frustration at government attitude towards them. Sheikh Gumi, after going round, urged the federal government to key into the initiative with a view to ensuring peace prevails in the country. He blamed the insecurity on the marginalization of the Fulani, saying they lack basic humanities.
The religious leaders, the traditional leaders, politicians, the security men, they will have all to work in unison. There's no question about everybody doing his own. We have to work in unison. And this example shows us that it's not always with force that we can enforce peace. Sometimes you have to use peace to attract people to embrace peace. And this is an example we have seen, and we hope it will be spreading all over the nation.
Sheikh Ahmed Gumi also visited Zamfara with the gospel of peace to bandits in the forest, urging them to rethink their actions. Meanwhile, Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State has charged government and security agencies to rein in all non-state actors, tackle hateful rhetoric, and protect all communities. Has had elected and appointed public leaders across the country must act on their constitutional obligations to protect citizens, uphold order, and contribute to a climate for peaceful resolution of all issues. The governor, who stated this in Kaduna, said the genuine fears felt by people across the country for their safety and security imposes a responsibility on all leaders to ensure that these anxieties are assuaged. El-Rufai concluded that leaders should not be seduced into the dangerous passion of blaming innocent, declaring them guilty of the crimes of others, evicting them, killing and destroying their properties.
We must avoid anarchy and vigorously promote the rule of law and the right of all citizens to life, liberty, and livelihoods wherever they choose to reside. Elected and appointed leaders across the country must act on their constitutional obligations to protect all citizens, uphold order, and contribute to a climate for peaceful resolution of all issues.
Listening to the midday update on RoyalFM 95.1 in Lorraine, 8 minutes past 12. In Kwara State, many were injured and properties destroyed at the Kwara State Banquet Hall in Lorraine, the Kwara State capital, as warring parties within the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) engaged in a free-for-all. The APC stakeholders meeting of the registration and revalidation committee intended to engage the party stakeholders convened by members of the APC screening committee ended abruptly. The supporters of Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak clashed with loyalists of embattled APC caretaker chairman Bashir Omolaja Bolariwa. In the ensuing melee by supporters of both camps, Bolariwa also sustained injury as he was attacked alongside several party members.
Because during this election, they did not write the AA in the ballot paper. They wrote APC. So why all this? Take step, because if they want to lose Kwara, they should not. They can lose Kwara on this issue. They can lose Kwara because AA did not have anybody, and no BOB, no membership card, membership registration in Kwara State.
What happened was that we started the APC stakeholders that went with me. They started moving in one after the other. So when it was time for me, as I was about entering the gate, the one woman, which I know very well as a regular supporter of, she came around, held my shirt. She rough-handled me, baby. As a woman, I became helpless. There was nothing I could do. But the people around had to find a way of getting their hands off me, and forcefully, I was able to enter the hall. But as I entered, that was when I discovered that it was a grand plan.
Meanwhile, there has been claims and counter-accusations by both warring factions, while supporters of Governor Abdulrazak accuse Bolariwa and his supporters of instigating the violence. Loyalists of the former House of Representatives member claimed they were attacked by hoodlums from the governor's camp. Meanwhile, President of the Orisun Igbomina at home and in diaspora and chieftain of the All Progressives Congress (APC), Chief Benga Awoyole, has condemned the destruction of the state government edifices in Kwara by some suspected hoodlums. Awoyole, in a statement issued in Lorraine today, condemned the destructions of the state banquet hall by suspected hoodlums during the APC stakeholders meeting on Wednesday. The president of Orisun Igbomina condemned what he described as a legal action of Bashir Omolaja Bolariwa, who is parading himself as the APC chairman in the state. The APC chieftain alleged that Bolariwa was going about with suspected thugs who were not indigents of Kwara hired from Lagos State. The statement noted that thug, of course, and other acts of hooliganism are no more in the state since the commencement of Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak's administration in the state. He also described Kwara as a peace-loving state, called on the state government to set a massive machinery in motion that will get rid of hoodlums and other undesirable elements in all parts of Kwara State. The president of Yorisun Igbomina noted that several residents of the state are now living with perpetual fear, which begged, of course, to be addressed urgently. Oyali alleged that those fomenting trouble are hoodlums hired from Lagos State and called on the security agencies in the state to always be on alert at all times. Listening to the midday update on RoyalFM 95.1 in Lorraine. Now, the foreign scene, Myanmar's new military government has blocked access to Facebook as resistance to Monday's coup surged. There were calls for civil disobedience to protest the ousting of the elected civilian government and its leader Aung San Suu Kyi. Facebook is especially popular in Myanmar, and the ousted government had commonly made public announcement on the social media site. Internet users said the disruption began late Wednesday night, and mobile service provider Telenor Myanmar confirmed in a statement that mobile operators and internet service providers in the country had received a directive from the Communications Ministry to temporarily block Facebook. Telenor Myanmar, which is part of the Norwegian Telenor Group, said it would comply, though was concerned the order was a breach of human rights. And lastly, other foreign scene, the top ally of jailed Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny faces charges of overclaims she violated coronavirus pandemic restrictions when she called on people to protest. Lyubov Sobol, who is a key figure in Navalny's anti-corruption foundation, arrived at the Russian Investigative Committee today. Last week, a Moscow court put Sobol, Navalny's brother Oleg, and several other allies under house arrest without access to the internet for 2 months as part of a criminal probe into the alleged breach of coronavirus restrictions. Sobol was also charged with trespassing after ringing the doorbell of an alleged security operative who, of course, revealed details of Navalny's poisoning with a Soviet-era nerve agent. In the world of sport, Manchester United have agreed a lucrative fast professional contract with a 17-year-old Nigerian prospect, Shola, amid strong interest from European giants Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Juventus. He is regarded as one of the best attacking midfielders in Europe for his age, and will sign his deal this week, which is understood to underline just how much he's valued by the Red Devils. Though he only turned 17 on Tuesday, here Shola has been playing for United's under-23s and has trained with the first and is widely tipped by the club's coaches to break into Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's squad this season, despite the competition for places in his position. That's the sport in brief. That is on the media update. Before we go, let's have a look at the headlines once again. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, calls for meeting of minds to prefer solutions to face-off between herdsmen and host communities. Renowned Islamic scholar Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Gumi visits bandits, preaches peace, repentance. Claims and counter-accusations continues in Kwara APC factions. Orisun Bumino president condemns destruction of government edifices in Kwara. Another foreign scene, amid growing resistance to coup, Myanmar blocks Facebook. In sport, Nigerian prospect Shola to sign a creative fast professional contract. The midday update was put together by Taiwo Adidiron. You can visit www.royaltimes.net for an update on the news. Endeavor to also join us at 4 p.m. for the news beat and at 6 p.m. for the news around the globe. Would you like to contact us for comment, observation, and information regarding unfolding events around you? Can you reach out to RoyalFM Newsroom on the number? It is 0805 0999 968. I am Babajide Oluwaseun. Good afternoon, and keep listening to RoyalFM 95.1 in Lorraine.
Níbo ni a ti rí sọ̀hún jọ.
ọ̀rẹ́ mi má gbé e kúrò Royal FM àní o má gbé e kúrò Royal FM 95.1 ìkànnì tó dùn sí gbọ́ngàn tó kàn sí.
ọ̀kan ṣoṣo àràbà tó mi gbó kìjikìji ọ̀hún rèé.
ó takálẹ̀ takákọ
ìròyìn àgbáyé lẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ ni àbí torílẹ̀-èdè.
lákàrò òṣèlú eré ìdárayá àbí tamúlùdùn.
ẹyẹ tí ó fojú sọdọ̀ bí àdáhùn sí ilé-iṣẹ́ Royal FM 95.1 Ìlọrin lẹ́ ó ti máa gbọ́.
Oh, you have Yoruba? Jakadi. Oh, from yesterday, yeah. I will also have it.
No, today. Today. Let me get deadline. Let me get deadline. Because I get deadline straight now. Ẹ káàsán, aṣáájú ìròyìn fún tọ̀sán tòní la mú wá sétí ìgbóyìn láti lè ṣe RoyalFM 95.1 Ìlọrin ṣáájú ẹgbọ́ àwọn kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn náà. Aṣíwájú ẹ̀sìn Islam kan Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Gumi ti lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí àwọn ikọ̀ alákatakítí ó jírèrè ètò àlàáfíà fún wọn. Ọ̀rọ̀ ti di ọ̀rọ̀ ìdára ẹni lẹ́bi látọwọ́ àwọn ikọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC nípínlẹ̀ Kwara. Ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ Orísun Ìgbómìnà ti bẹnu àtẹ́lu bíba àwọn dúkìá ìjọba jẹ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Ìròyìn ọ̀hún lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ń bọ̀ láìpẹ́.
ọ̀rẹ́ mi orílẹ̀-èdè tí wàá sún mi o ó ga ọ́ tó mo máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ló mọ̀ ṣú ni ó jẹ́ àgbà fọlọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè yóò mà lè dá a mọ́.
Àgà ẹ má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ ò bá sì jáwọ́ nínú sísọ̀rọ̀ òdì àti fífẹnu tẹ́ńbẹ́lú orílẹ̀-èdè yìí torí pé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí sì máa dùn.
ìkìlọ̀ yìí wá láti iléeṣẹ́ RoyalFM 95.1 Ìlọrin.
Mi ní transfer máa kọ́ play ni dídé. Ebi mi ní transfer máa kọ́ play náà.
You want more guys to transfer it to?
Let me do it the way it's nice.
If you want to play, you have to play this now.
Okay.
Okay. Alright.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà ìròyìn ọ̀hún rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ látẹnu Ọláyínká Àjàní Àjíbádé. Aṣíwájú ẹ̀sìn Islam kan Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Mahmood Gumi ti lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sáwọn ikọ̀ alákatakítí kan nínú àwọn igbó tó ń bẹ ní ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Shinkafi àti ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Gumi ní ìpínlẹ̀ Zamfara. Ìròyìn yìí jẹ́ ká rí gbọ́ wípé àbẹ̀wò tí Gumi tó lọ ṣe sáwọn inú igbó yìí ó jẹ́ láti fi kéde ẹ̀sìn Islam àti ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò àlàáfíà fún àwọn Fúlàní adaranjẹ̀ láti fi fòpin sí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjínigbé ohun ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìpáǹle lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Ní ojúkò àkọ́kọ́, Gumi ṣe ìpàdé pẹ̀lú 150 àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n ní ohun ìjà olóró níkàáwọ́ tí wọ́n sọ àwọn ẹ̀dùn ọkàn wọn ní èyí tí yóò mú kí ó nira fún àwọn láti jọ̀wọ́ àwọn ohun ìjà olóró tó ń bẹ ní ọwọ́ àwọn ní agbègbè Túmbálí. Àwọn ikọ̀ ti agbègbè náà wọ́n banújẹ́ lórí ìhà tíjọba tí wọ́n kọ sí wọn. Sheikh Gumi lẹ́yìn àbẹ̀wò yìí ó wá rọ ìjọba àpapọ̀ láti bójú wo àwọn ètò yìí eléyìí tí yóò mú kí àlàáfíà kó jọba lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Ó dá ẹ̀bi àìsí ètò ààbò ó dárí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìdágunlá sí àwọn ẹ̀yà Fúlàní wípé wọn kò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ rí àwọn ohun amáyédẹrùn. Ó rọ àwọn ikọ̀ tí inú ń bì yìí láti tún èrò inú wọn pa. Gómìnà Nasir El-Rufai ti ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna ti rọ ìjọba àti àwọn àjọ elétò ààbò láti ṣiṣẹ́ wọn bí iṣẹ́ kí wọ́n dojúkọ ọ̀rọ̀ àtakò kí wọ́n sì dáàbò bo àwọn aráàlú. Ó ní kí àwọn olórí gbogbo kí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ wọn lábẹ́ òfin àti ìlànà ìdáàbòbò àwọn aráàlú. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna pẹ̀lú wípé àwọn aláṣẹ àwọn ni wọ́n ní ẹ̀bi ìbẹ̀rùbojo tí ó gba ọkàn àwọn aráàlú ní ẹ̀ka ètò ààbò. Ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ ni wọ́n fi ara pa lọ́jọ́rú tí àwọn dúkìá sì bàjẹ́ ní gbọ̀ngàn banquet lásìkò ètò ìbúrawọlé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC
ètò ìforúkọsílẹ̀ ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn abẹnugan ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ló dabarú lásìkò táwọn olólùfẹ́ gómìnà Abdulrahman Abdulrazak àti àwọn olólùfẹ́ alága fún iṣẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Bashir Ọmọlájà Bọ́lárìnwá tí wọ́n kọlu ara wọn níbi tí Bọ́lárìnwá náà ti gbé fi ara pa tí ó fi mọ́ àwọn mìíràn nínú ẹ̀rọ fídíò tí ó lọ káàkiri níṣe ni wọ́n ń ju àga lu ara wọn tí wọ́n sì ń ju ẹ̀ṣẹ́ lu ara wọn bákan náà ẹ gbọ́ bí BOB bí ó ti ṣe wí.
Wọ́n àtàkì bí obìnrin ìgbà tó ń wọlé bọ̀ wọ́n rọ́ọ̀ṣì wọ́n 200 wọ́n àtàkì.
Ohun tẹ́gbọ́n yẹn jẹ́ ohun bí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà tí ó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ lè tí wọ́n ká sílẹ̀. Àwọn ikọ̀ méjèèjì tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kàn ti wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa da ẹ̀bi ru ara wọn lórí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà bí àwọn ti Bọ́lárìnwá bí wọ́n ṣe ń fi ẹ̀sùn kan àwọn ti gómìnà wípé àwọn ni wọ́n fa ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ni àwọn ti gómìnà náà ń da ẹ̀bi náà padà sọ́dọ̀ àwọn ti Bọ́lárìnwá. Agbẹnusọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojúṣòfin Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà ti pè fún ìpàdé ìfọ̀mọ̀ṣọ̀kan láti fi bójú wo làásìgbò àwọn adaranjẹ àti àwọn aráàlú tí wọ́n ń gbé tẹ̀dó sí lápá gúúsù orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kí ohun gbogbo kó tún tó bàjẹ́ tán. Nígbà tó ń dáhùn ìbéèrè àwọn oníròyìn lẹ́yìn ìpàdé tí ó lọ ṣe pẹ̀lú ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari lórí ọ̀rọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí, Gbàjàbíàmílà ní wípé gbogbo wa gbọ́dọ̀ dìjọ jókòó papọ̀ láti wá ọ̀nà àbáyọ sí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí. Agbẹnusọ yìí ẹni tí ó gbóríyìn fún ìyànsípò àwọn lọ́gàálọ́gàá tuntun látọwọ́ ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari eléyìí tó ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àpapọ̀ yóò fọwọ́ sí ètò náà yóò sì ṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìṣèjọba tó ń bẹ lóde lọ́wọ́ yìí. Ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ Orísun Ìgbómìnà nílé àti lẹ́yìn odi tí ó tún jẹ́ aṣíwájú nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Olóyè Gbénga Awóyalé ó ti fajúro sí bíba dúkìá ìjọba jẹ́ látọwọ́ àwọn ikọ̀ kan. Awóyalé nínú àtẹ̀jáde tí ó fi léde nílùú Ìlọrin ó fajúro sí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí tó wáyé ní gbọ̀ngàn banquet lásìkò ìpàdé àwọn abẹnugan ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ní ọjọ́rú. Ó fajúro sí ohun tí ó ṣe àpèjúwe rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìgbésẹ̀ tí kò tọ̀nà tó látọwọ́ Bashir Ọmọlájà Bọ́lárìnwá tí wọ́n ní ó ń ṣe àfihàn ara rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC nípìnlẹ̀ yìí. Ó ní Bọ́lárìnwá rìn káàkiri ìgboro pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ìpáǹle tí wọn kì í ṣe ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara eléyìí tí ó ní wọn kó wọn wá láti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Ó ní kò sí ọmọ ìpáǹle kankan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara látìgbà tí ìṣèjọba gómìnà Abdulrahman Abdulrazak tí ó ti dé orí ipò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Awóyalé ṣe àpèjúwe ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ alálàáfíà. Ó wá ké sí ìjọba láti ṣètò lórí lílé àwọn ọmọ ìpáǹle kúrò ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Ṣáájú kí a tó máa dánu dúró nínú ìròyìn fún ti ọ̀sán tòní ẹ tún tẹ́tí gbọ́ àwọn kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn náà lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Agbẹnusọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojúṣòfin Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà ti pè fún ìpàdé ìfìmọ̀ṣọ̀kan láti fi bójú wo làásìgbò àwọn adaranjẹ àti àwọn ìlú tí wọ́n tẹ̀dó sí i. Àgbà ọ̀jẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam Sheikh Dr. Ahmad Gumi ti lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí àwọn inú igbó níbi tí àwọn Fúlàní adaranjẹ tí wọ́n lóhun ìjẹ olóró lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n tẹ̀dó sí i. Ọ̀rọ̀ ti di ọ̀rọ̀ dídá ẹ̀bi ru ara ẹni lórí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Ìròyìn fún ti ọ̀sán tòní kò ní mọ jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ pàdé wa tó bá di ní aago 2 nínú ìròyìn lérèfé àti tó bá di ní aago 6 àbọ̀ nínú àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn fún ti ọjọ́rọ̀ tòní. Dàdá Bámiṣẹ́ ló ṣe àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn yìí. Ọláyínká Àjàní Àjíbádé ló ti lọ́ka lédè àbínibí. A kú iṣẹ́ òní ẹ túbọ̀ mọ̀ yàwó lẹ́nu iṣẹ́. Ọ̀dà kí ni ọ̀bá ìwà ṣe ní stúdíò mi.
Ṣé mi ni mo fẹ́ dì?